I'd like to speak to burnout and how sometimes we can feel burnout. I'm really sorry my energy is low in this video. I know energy is contagious, but if you're feeling burned out like I am, like I don't know how to really express the way I'm feeling, but I'll try my possible best to do so. So I feel like there's something that I want, and until I get that, like I'm not going to be settled. And I also know that, like, so this is where you are right now, this is where I am right now, and where I want to be, which is like the next level. But I just feel like a lot of things are hanging, right? And I need that balance. I need to find that balance or the anchoring. And until that is done, I just feel like things will be flying over. And that's not good, because as much as I feel this way, I acknowledge that I feel this way. Life, the things that I had to do, will not suddenly stop. So when I don't feel like waking up in the morning or getting out of bed to get started on the day, a food will not magically make itself. Like, I will be hungry. I don't want to get up. I would tell myself, oh, I don't feel like preparing anything to eat. I will be hungry. I don't feel like doing work. Work provides the money that I probably would use to get the food, but I still have to do it anyway, because if I don't these things will not take care of itself. I have to push through irrespective of what I'm feeling at the moment. But the most important thing is acknowledging where I am, right, and knowing that this is how I feel, and now identifying how to get away from it. Guys, so let me tell you, for the longest time I have been, we'll come back to that story of provision, or the story of, you know, how I'm feeling, and you know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and all that. But let me just backtrack a bit, and just tell you, maybe we're going to be having like a testimony video right after this. I'm supposed to be walking. Anyway, so for a long time I have been holding off prayer, not because I don't believe in God per se, but I really don't think that we should pray to God for material things, like things that we know that we can. You know, if this money hits your account, you just be able to go and get that stuff. So like, I just had that mentality or that mindset that let's not pray for the things that money can buy, right? But in that whole bubble of saying that, I just realized that God was not in the conversation. You know how you want to, okay, so God, is it pink or yellow? Should I go forward or go backwards? You know, those conversations was not happening for me. So I was derailing, so to speak, and you know, I wasn't going to church, I wasn't doing all of this stuff. So I eventually came into the realization that I needed more than myself. Towards the end of last year, there was this consciousness that came upon me that it's a blessed season for me. You know, I was just very much aware. And for those people who don't know, my name is Blessing. Okay, so I have to give you like a context around why my name is Blessing. The birth name that I have, or that I was given, is Cynthia, and my mom realized sooner rather than later that Cynthia was not a good name, or was not a God-given name and names are powerful. You know, what you call your child becomes, that sort of things. So they changed the name. So I was from Cynthia to Blessing. Of course, my original native name remained, which is Eno, or Blessing. Now, I took Blessing from when I was much younger, primary school, secondary school. When I got to university, I decided to drop the name, and I'll tell you why. So during primary school and secondary school, there's always been this contrast, right? And popularity around the name. So there's the popularity around the name, and then there has to be like a contrast to clearly differentiate who it is that you're referring to. Every class that I've been in is either like somebody bearing the name with me. There's a blessing. There's always like a blessing. So maybe when I enter in a new class, and you know they've done roll call and nobody bears the name except me, then mid-term you see somebody or a new student enrolls and introduce yourself, my name is Blessing. I'm like, oh. So yeah, there's always been that. I've always known like another person with the name Blessing, so the non-exclusivity of the name made me withdraw from the name, right? It's too popular, I don't want to. Like, what was my mom thinking? You know, they will have to now either calling you Blessing Tall, Blessing Short, Blessing Fat, Blessing Thing, or worst case scenario, Blessing by your surname. So so yeah, there's always been that. And when I got to university, I was like, no, please just call me Eno. And Eno has more exclusivity to it. So my name, like I was saying to you, that name that I ran away from now became the consciousness that I came into during the end of last year. Last year was similar to what I'm feeling now. I was like, I need a push. I can't continue like this, you know. I don't know if I should unpack everything, but because of time, let me just push through. I'm like, I need a push. I was tired. I was, you know, that I couldn't care less, kind of like, yeah, what's the point? Not about life, but about a particular situation. I'm excited about life. Even now, I'm excited about life. You know, I go out, feel the air, feel the breeze. I am excited about life. It's not life. I'm not depressed. I know that I'm not depressed, right? So that happened, and I came into that consciousness of, oh, it's a blessed season for me. And I was saying that all through the end of the year. And by the end of the year, before the year even ended, like the first week in January, like that end of the year towards like the first week in January, something miraculous happened that I know it could only have been God. There was like a switch, a change. I can't explain it, but it just happened, you know. And you know, I'm so grateful for it. So grateful for it. And I expressed, continue to express. Why am I saying this story? Because in the past, I'm tired. I don't think that I can push through telling you guys this story. Tired. Okay, let me see if I can try to continue. I'm so tired, but let's try. So